Oh,
damn
God.
it, Tyler. Damn it, Tyler. Damn it, Tyler. Damn it, Tyler. Damn it, Tyler.
You guys just missed the funniest thing.
You never tell us when you're recording or not. Ever,
I did.
For any reason.
I actually made a mistake this time, and I actually did tell you 3, 2, 1, let's go, and I hit the wrong button.
He actually.
That was a general mistake this time.
Side with Tyler
I did a solid
right.
No, I did a solid Triple M impression.
Hello, America. Welcome back to the Bickering Gamers. Today's topic is sports.
Hello, America. Welcome back to another episode of the Bickering Gamers. Today's topic is sports games. Yeah, he always does that.
This is by the way, Triple M couldn't make it tonight.
Yes, we are.
And that's what happened the first time.
Yes, it did.
Asshole.
Shut your horse.
Asshole.
And as per the core.
Hang on, we're padding. Asshole. That was a solid minute of padding, and you ruined it. Well, you're putting that in with the video.
No shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, you better be.
Oh boy.
Oh, come on, that went right in there.
Well, we filled that quota.
There's that poor guy with his headphones listening to this on his phone years from now, and he is just exactly.
Yeah, they just killed some eardrums. Not really.
That was bad. That was a 1.
So
Yeah, it was.
Hey. Anyway, Billy, you know most about this topic.
Not really. I mean, I don't know many words.
You're the only correction. You're the only one who knows this topic.
Well,
No, I've played a couple of sports games in the past. I've owned a couple.
Well, you guys are all like, "Oh, I never owned one." Of course
I
you
know-
haven't. You're an actual gamer. I'm not.
All I know is that
Look,
the controls are too much for me, honestly.
You know, it's just like
It's not really the controls. The controls are simple.
Sports games, they bore me.
It's
the
just that
combinations of-
what you can do in the games
you
nowadays.
just do outside your house.
It's
you might as well
just
go out.
Guys that want to complain about what I just said.
you mean bro gamers.
Yeah, the biggest players of sporting games are known as bro gamers.
Complain all you want. You never convince me.
Yeah, I know. It's just a reskin every time with the modern ones. It's just a reskin, better graphics, and they release the same thing.
And sometimes better controls and more options.
Emojis come out. I don't see the hype. I don't see why they like it.
You know, if that's their cup of tea, that's their cup of tea.
Yeah, but it's not mine.
What are you doing?
Want to make sure they can hear Jimmy.
I thought it was recording directly into the audio. He's recording directly into the audio recorder.
I think it is, but I'm not entirely sure.
Well, I hope so.
Alright.
Yeah.
Because then you're more of an asshole.
Knock it off. We've already had enough padding.
Really?
Yeah, we
you
got
sure?
enough
I could say asshole for like 30 seconds.
We're not AVGN.
Do you want me to put?
Idiots.
Yeah, thank you.
If you need me, I'm just going to be playing Rogue Legacy on my laptop.
All right, so I mean, this video is really going to be more about the significance his sporting games have. Cause it's been there. It's always been there. It's not going to die. I don't understand what's with you guys. It's so this is much easier than you're letting on.
I don't know about you guys, but I literally know nothing about the topic.
Why? You can. I bet you right now that you can name at least 20 sports games. And yes, you can repeat.
I can name them, yes, but but that doesn't mean I played them.
I know, and it's not about how you played them.
I just really don't get it.
You don't have to.
It's just like
I don't see the appeal.
you're just sitting there.
I don't either.
And you're playing a game that you can just literally just say, "Hey guys, you want to go play sports?" I mean, I'd rather do that. I like playing sports rather than watching them and playing them on video games.
Yeah.
It's at Freddy's with me instead of something like from EA. Because I'd rather find that horror game better than sports games.
Well, you know, today's a cash grab, but I gotta say, back in the day, I mean, a lot of them did suck, but like really early sports games, that's all people can really figure out because there's no concept of game design. There's no level design. There's only, here's a game on one solitary TV screen, and like, come on. Out of every bundle you've ever bought on eBay, out of every console you've ever had, there has been a sports game that slipped into your library at one point, no matter what. Anybody, absolutely anybody can say that. Even if it's table tennis, even if it's Mario Kart, I mean, for me, that's the only way sport game will work. If it's all cartoonized and have a little twist to it, like
Yeah.
I really loved the Strikers series when they played soccer. That was really fun because they really handed up.
Now remember when I said earlier
There's a lot to it.
that I don't know anything? That was a slight lie because I've played that game.
Yeah.
I have played that game. But when I mean by no, I've never played sports games. I mean like the Madden stuff, the FIFA,
Oh, yeah.
the FIFA stuff, the World
I'm
Cup
sorry,
stuff.
but all that stuff is really, to me, it's just people that are like, they're trying to get money off of something that other people already got money off of.
Pretty much, but like, I had a friend who was really into them, and he actually, the way I saw it from him was he actually enjoyed it as more of a simulation game than anything else. Because the newer ones, you can manage teams, you can do trades as if you're an owner of a team.
That's what I was saying. Like, the combinations are starting to get more and more detailed what you can and cannot do.
Right, and a lot of times he'd skip playing the game and simulate it forward based on his stats. So it's really more. A lot of people are really playing it as more of a simulation game, but it's still. I mean, I had fun with the motion control sports games because they're pretty interactive. I mean, on a VJB last summer, I played. I was showing off the Zavix port. And I know you guys never heard of that. It was this little console. Yeah, it was the first ever motion control console. It had 3 games: tennis, baseball, and bowling. And it was pretty cool. I mean, it wasn't designed very well. There's a lot of flaws with it, but it was fun. And then Wii Sports kicked its ass. I just got Wii Sports Club recently.
I mean, that has to be really the only sports game, if you can even call it that, I enjoyed.
I don't know. I mean, the definition, if you think about it, of a sports game is pretty loose. Because a lot of people would call Mario Kart a racing game, but racing is a sport. And then it's like there's situations where there's Wii Sports, which people call a motion control game when it's. I mean, it's really loose. But I think but the first thing that comes to everyone's minds is Madden and all the EA sport games and all that. Because, that'll always be there. It'll always make money. It will always sell. People like the years. I mean, I remember talking to people. Have colleges have those game rooms where you can play games like pool and play video games. A lot of times, a lot of them like getting FIFA. We have the one I have in my school has FIFA 14, and it actually has like Madden 10. I haven't seen that in years, 4 years to be exact. How did I know that? But
yeah, I wonder.
Yeah, but you know what? I noticed that a lot of them like to say to the most current year. I guess it has to. I mean, if you're into sports, it's probably a different story. Because, like I said, if you're using it as a simulation type thing, or maybe it's like something with interact. I'm trying to understand the appeal, and I'm thinking like it's just more interaction with the actual players. Like you know who these. If you know who these guys are and you follow their stats. I mean, it's like the nerds said. Maybe we're all just nerds, because that's what they like to do. They like to look at the stats of the players as if it was an RPG game, and maybe they are. Maybe if you think about it, it is kind of like a pseudo RPG,
Yeah, and honestly, it's like.
It could also be considered be considered a war game because you're technically controlling troops.
Well,
I mean, when you look at it, mechanics wise, it's no different. There's nothing really different between an RPG. Or fantasy football. It's still same.
Yeah, it's the same idea.
Still virtual reality. It's just the topic is different.
Yeah, it's just a different ball field. Ba-doom, doom, 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 doom.
And as I said, you can also consider it a war game because you're commanding people to take on different tasks on the field.
Right. So next time a jock makes fun of you for playing Final Fantasy, you tell them you make fun of them right back for playing FIFA. Because it's the same thing.
And when they tell you differently, you explain to them.
See, once in a while, we actually are professional, and we teach people lessons of life, and we make discoveries, and we learn together. But
and
sport games
comments like that and ruin it.
But sport games still suck.
Kind of do. I'm sorry. I just can't really get into them.
I don't know.
I tried at one point. Because my cousin is always so hyped about the new games coming out for Xbox and whatnot. I'm like, I just can't follow.
I don't know. Again, I have to stress, if I'm trying to be in their shoes, I'm guessing it's because they're really more interested in the players and managing their own team. Because, because I do it too. I get into sports when I'm watching it, and, we're talking about this guy should do that, and they should trade this guy for that guy, like, you have your team, you have your players you really like, and, the fact that you can be something that you're always arguing with people on decisions. You can actually live them out yourself. Because whenever I see people play these games, at least alone, not in multiplayer, they always treat it more of a simulation game. And when they do play multiplayer games always fun. And I can imagine sports being no different, especially if you're playing, especially if you're interacting with professional athletes. Because one thing that is different with each new game, other than the menus and the graphics, is they pick the draft picks every year. They release it a few months early before the year starts, because right now FIFA 15 is coming out soon. And they do that because they take the draft picks that were officially picked, they put them in with the current stats of the player as of right now, and you can play the year differently from the actual year that's about to happen. Like, it makes me curious. I wonder if anybody ever tried to perfectly recreate an actual sporting season, because that'll be interesting.
That's very hard to do.
That'd be very hard. It'll take a lot of chances.
That would be...
Yeah.
That's extremely hard, because there are things in game that you can't control.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Other computer-based teams that will trade other players from other computer-based teams that you really can't get into that much.
Right, but yeah, there's no denying it. There is a lot of history behind these. I mean, even one of the earliest games people can think of, because nobody really knows. It's not Pong. No one really knows what the first video game ever made was. But the earliest ones people can find was Tennis for Two. It was made from a submarine radar, and it was a game where you have a ball going between a net, quote unquote, and when you hit the button when it's on your side of the tennis court, the ball will move to the other side, and if you miss it, it didn't keep score, so you had to write down the points, and that carried on to the Odyssey, the first home console, where I think it had a football game that required like a lot of math and stuff like that. The rest of it is just like basically board games you can play on your TV.
Yeah, unfortunately.
No, it grew. The Odyssey 2 was a lot like the 2600, a little weaker though, but it was the same idea.
Just a tiny bit.
It's the same idea. It had a cool keyboard on the console.
I bet.
Yep.
But yeah, then the Atari got popular. That started the home gaming market, because in the arcades, I can't really think of many sports games coming in arcades. Nothing really come to mind. I guess if you want to call fighting games sport games, I guess. But
that depends on the topic.
Yeah, because obviously games like Street Fighter and I guess Street Fighter aren't really for sport; they're more for killing your enemy.
Yeah, no.
Mortal Kombat, I guess you can call it sport.
No, again, it's the same thing.
I don't know. It's a tournament.
I know it's a
tournament. Yeah. Again, we're just going back to the topic that the definition of a sports game is really loose.
It's extremely loose. You can't really name offhand every single sports game, because if you try to, you're just gonna find more.
Right. Word up.
What up, Doug?
Yeah, Mac dig dig dag dig 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 dag dig 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 Doug dig dag Doug dig Doug Doug Doug. Sorry, Jamie, what was that? Nah. Nah.
Man.
What's the score?
No idea.
Me neither.
Score of what?
I have no idea what I'm going to be recording for this video.
I'll just put some subtitles. I'll just put some pictures.
Nah, I'll play Mario Kart 8.
Or you could do stock footage of...
I have sport games on the Atari. No, I have some Sega Genesis games I can record. Yeah. The 16-bit era, I think, is a lot of people say is where sport games got really... they found their place in good programming, because a lot of them really sucked hard. I'm sure, I know I've referenced it in the past, but watch the AVGN episode with Atari Sports. He covered this topic very well with the history. Well, that's my suggestion for you today.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I really don't have much more to say.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, Jimmy. Very.
And it was little to begin with, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, and we just kind of eyeballed it after that, winged it.
Well, we actually said what I said. There's a big history with sports related to video games.
Mostly cash.
But yeah.
Mostly cash today.
I mean, that's the modern perspective. I always found a lot of charm in older sports games. Like NBA Jam is one of the most popular games to date for the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo, and that was one of the most.
That was like something every library had.
Yeah, because you know what? That's in my opinion, that's how you do sports games, right? You make them imaginative. You make them something you can't do at home. Because it's like That's why the Mario Sport games are so popular because it's a cartoony thing. You can do stuff there you couldn't possibly do in real life.
It just has a better entertainment value.
Yeah, and I mean that's just us. Again, I will stress
We are gamers.
if this
we
is
are not bro gamers.
yeah, if this is like a bro game
it's completely opinionated.
Yeah, if it's like if it's a sport guy, he's really into the players. He's really into the teams. He knows the stats better. He wants to manage his own team and win with them and thrive. As if that's the charm in the modern games. I find charm in the older games, but maybe they don't. Maybe they do. I don't know. Like like the Wii Sports is one of the most well-sold Wii games to date because for one thing, it's a pack-in title. That was a pack-in title, but also it was cartoony. You could do stuff you never did before. It was an introduction to motion control.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother's playing that Wii Sports Resort, the Kendo thing.
Oh, Wii Sports Resort was awesome.
Yeah, that's actually my favorite one, just mainly because of the kendo.
Yeah, like Rosemary just recently got into Excite Bike. She played the original NES version, the NES remix, and she got the Excite Bike 64. That's a motocross game, really. It's a lot of fun, but again, it's a little cartoony, and it exaggerates the reality a little bit, because that's what you want.
I mean, I've played motocross games and ATV like games.
Yeah. I always love playing.
I don't see the actual entertainment value of driving on dirt roads when you're not in real life, because the main part of motocross is the thrill you get of the drive.
Yeah, but that's a very lethal sport. Honestly, I would rather play the game. I know it's not the same thrill. I know it's very artificial, but if it's something that risks your life, like being a swordsman or being a race car driver, or being a parachuter, a alien killer, I'd rather be behind a screen, or a monster hunter. I'd rather be behind a screen for that.
Oh my gosh! Speaking of Monster Hunter,
especially if I'm playing Metroid Prime.
Remember that scene in Godzilla saying, where the guy said, "So we're basically monster hunters, eh?"
Yeah.
Then there's a picture underneath of a guy from Monster Hunter with the armor and the sword, and says, "I'm in."
Oh yeah, that was funny.
I saw that. It was so funny. It was the Rathalos armor and the Rathalos great sword.
Good times, man.
Good times.
Looks like Square Enix is coming out with another Chaos Rings.
Yeah, Square Enix is also making the new Pokemon Tournament Fighter.
Oh god.
Really?
Yeah, Pokken Fighters. I think that's just the Japanese name though. It's been confirmed after the 2 years out of that leaked image of that Blaziken and the other Pokemon in that city fashion. Yeah, it's been confirmed. There will be a Pokemon fighting game. It's a 3D arena fighting game.
Oh, so it's Street Fighter but with Pokemon.
Yeah, pretty much.
What?
It looks like there is a combo system, and based on a Game Explain analysis I watched, there may be more than 4 moves you can use. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. So far, what we've seen from it was demo footage of a Lucario facing a Machamp, and it was pretty cool. It was like watching Goro face Lucario from Super Smash Bros. But that's excellent choice in characters because Machamp is a very memorable fighting type from Gen 1, and Lucario is an established Pokemon in a fighting game.
Yeah.
And they said the game.
Fighting games considered?
Yes.
They are.
They are?
It depends. Again, it's a very loose definition. It depends on the circumstances. Like, let's take Double Dragon. That's not a sports game because it focuses on a story where a guy's beating the crap out of people to save his girlfriend.
Yeah, that's
martial arts.
But I do argue that Mortal Kombat's a sport game because it's a tournament. You're facing a tournament, and even though you'll die, you're trying to win because it's the first ever time.
It's a blood sport, but it's still a sport.
It's the first ever time where mortals can play because this is supposed to be a fight for the gods to get the highest, the king of Valhalla, wherever the hell their mythology is. Yeah. But
I think we milked this long enough. We really don't have much more to say.
Yeah.
Every time you say that, something else comes up, Tyler.
I know. I'm hoping something comes up.
No, I think this is it.
Yeah.
On the road again.
I'm not.
Speaking on the road again, Need for Speed.
The life I love.
Really?
Yeah, Need for Speed rocks.
Yeah, that can be considered a sport game because it's racing.
Yeah, it's a racing game. Yeah, motocross racing, NASCAR racing, all that crap.
Okay, now I wouldn't mind being a NASCAR racer. if the tracks were more like Speed Racer.
No,
like the movie Speed
Oh, yeah,
Racer.
yeah,
I just
yeah,
noticed
Those tracks were awesome.
That'd be cool, yeah.
I just noticed that. I've never played anything that was considered a sports game unless it was really cartoony.
Really?
Like it was a Super Mario Strikers or
Yeah, I played
their baseball game.
I played regular baseball
One for
baseball
the Wii.
games. Yeah.
But
You ever played like?
But honestly,
yeah,
now
you never
that I
played
think
Need
about
for
it,
Speed
any
or
racing. It never occurred to me that games like racing games and fighting games, all that stuff can be considered sports games as well.
Even ping pong, thanks to Japan, is an Olympic sport. In fact,
China.
Ever since the 80s. Oh yeah, China. I'm sorry.
Get it right, damn it.
Get it right before.
I'm sorry. Balls of Fury confused the hell out of me because even though they were saying they were in China, they were making fun of a lot of Japanese stereotypes.
Yeah, because that's just the producer's fault for getting confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But darn, I forgot what I was gonna say. It was really good
Porn?
too. I don't remember. It was about the. Oh yeah, like good news for you though. There's a new car. They're still working on it, but it's getting delayed. But there's this new game coming out for the Wii U, a racing game. I forgot what it was called. It was Nitro something. They said they were very ambitious with it too. I forgot who was making it. I think it was Ubisoft, so I'm not going to buy it. But I think I remember them saying they want to pack in as much power from the Wii U as possible. So then again, yeah, it's probably not Ubisoft. Them using all the power
I'm
they can.
guessing you have something against Ubisoft?
Yeah, that isn't clear after like thousands of videos.
I've just never noticed it before.
Yes, I have a huge thing against
You
Ubisoft.
even said it a couple episodes ago.
in
You guys
recent
are a
years.
Ubisoft fan.
Yeah, there's two bands I have, EA and Ubisoft. What a coinky dink.
Now we're talking about both now.
Both the companies of which I loved back in the day.
Yeah. It's just they fell really hard.
Yeah.
What really kicked me off from Ubisoft was
Well,
Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
I just hated I just hate their attitude. I really hate it. I really hate Ubisoft's attitude because they have that. If you're not giving us money, we're not making you happy. That's their attitude. What happened?
Is the game by Slightly Mad Studios?
I think so. That sounds about right.
Well, Ubisoft is like that. And people are like, you don't make us happy. We're not giving you money.
Yeah, you know what? You know what really pissed me off? The last E3, they were saying, "Oh, by the way, we have a Wii U game ready, but we're not going to announce it or release it until the Wii U sells." Oh, I'm sorry. Let me buy a Wii U because the great and power and almighty Ubisoft is making a game for me. Oh my god, I must have it because Ubisoft made it. It's not like Watch Dogs for the Wii U's delayed 1,000 times. It's not like Rayman Legends was denied being an exclusive. It's not like they're rushing every Assassin's Creed game every year because they know it squeezed out the money. It's not like they're telling people we're not going to make a sequel to a game unless it makes a lot of money. It's not like they're telling a lot of people they're supporting a console and then ditching it as soon as it doesn't get a good install base.
And that's why I got a ban on Ubisoft.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people have bans on Ubisoft.
It's always the presidents. It's always the presidents. Even EA was saying. I heard that EA is getting better because they got a new president recently, and he's trying to change things up. Because what are you gonna do? But yeah, I mean, I guess it is convenient we're talking about EA because they're pretty much the kings of sports right now. They have a license for so many sporting games. They own the Madden series. They own the FIFA series. Those are the two most popular gaming series, and they own the NBA. I forgot the name of the NBA series they own. I forgot the name of the franchise, but they own that too. They make baseball games, but I don't think that's as popular as the other three I mentioned.
It is. It's about just as popular.
Yeah, they have the MLB games, and
Yeah,
you know,
2K14 coming out in 2013.
Yeah, well, again, they do that because they get the draft picks, and they want to get it out for people to play with the new draft picks before the actual season starts. It's kind of like how new model cars come out. If you think, yeah, you know, like EA. But yeah, you know what? EA can get away with a lot of shit they do on sporting games rather than regular core games like micro DLC and all that crap because people will do it. Because a sporting game is very bare bones when you think about it, other than options and menu. Like I remember a few years ago, my friend was playing 2K. I think it was 12. And he was complaining about this new feature he hated called compatibility, where if he trades players, the compatibility of the team goes down, and it's less likely people will get along with each other, thus giving you less of a chance of free shots or something like that. And he hated that, so he just turned it off. And it's nice to give you the option, but
that's the case. Everyone would turn off every option.
That's not true. A lot of them are good. Like I think they had one where. you can trade in the first place. You can you have the option of foul, something like that. I don't remember, but yeah, I remember that's something. Like a lot of my memory racing games was going over my friend's house and watching him play in his room. I mean, I play a game with him once in a while, but I sucked ass. I was never good. You know what always got me? I was always confused about who I was. I know there's the circle there, but I never understand how the AI works. Because whenever I throw it, it can go to any random thing. And I understand sometimes it's programmed well, where they pass it to the next available person. But sometimes they'll literally throw it across the field. I don't know what the fuck why.
Each player designated by certain buttons.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I know. But you know what? It's like it's better now because the better the resolution and the frame rate is, the easier it is to see who you are and keep up with who you are. Because that always screwed me up. Even in the Mario series, I mean, like, the only Mario sports game I remember that I didn't really like was his baseball games.
I don't like his baseball games and, like, was it Mario Kart Slam or something?
Oh, you mean the that Sport Mix pack?
Yeah.
I never played that, but I heard that was really good, actually. A lot of people enjoyed that, especially the basketball game.
I really didn't.
I don't know. Like, Mario Soccer and the Olympic Games is a very popular sports series for Nintendo and Sega right now. And then Sega has their own sports series right now with the Sonic All-Stars. They have a tennis series and a racing game. And that was actually the first game I ever bought in the eShop. The first full-price retail game I ever bought in the eShop was Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed. And that was really fun.
Yeah, because it transfers from a race car to a jet.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of Diddy Kong Racing, only more fleshed out, which I really like. Because I always wanted a sequel to Diddy Kong Racing. Because it was really...
I actually want to see that. Cars that can transform into jets.
That'd be cool, yeah.
Yeah, but it would go through so much gas.
It would, right? Well, that's why it's going to run on corn oil. Sing it, Jimmy.
Man.
Yeah, sing it, Jimmy. Sing the song of our people.
Porn. The internet is for porn. Yeah.
Okay, no.
And with
Please
that,
stop.
we're out of time. So thank you guys for watching.
Finally.
Yeah.
See you later.
Oh, it wasn't that bad.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was. I got nothing.
Oh, you're babies. You said more. You said more, way more than you thought you would.
Bye.